Hey everyone, Clayton here. Welcome back to the channel. You know, I'm about 20 hours now into Starfield, and I feel like this is a good reflection point, a time to look back on the things that I wish I would have known when I started this game, some areas that I was fumbling around on, some menu options and things like that, just to make the overall experience a lot better. So that's what we're going to talk about on today's show. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So glad to have you here. If you like talking new games and retro games with a guy who's in his 40s and has 3 kids and runs a business and is super busy, but still loves to kick back and enjoy video gaming, then you've come to the right place. So let's have some fun on this channel. No negativity. Let's just enjoy gaming, right? It's a fun distraction. It's a fun hobby from the craziness of the world out there. So I thought it would be fun to come in today and talk about 9 things that I wish that I knew when I started Starfield. And these are not spoiler things. These are things just to make the gameplay overall easier, some menu options and just some ways to navigate this massive world of Starfield. All right, let's start with number 9 on my list, which is avoiding the main mission. Now, early on, before I started playing this game, there were quite a bit of podcasters and so forth and YouTubers who were talking about just play the main mission. Start there, just play through the entire main mission first, and then get to New Game Plus and then go through a lot of the side quests and other missions. And you know, it's funny, I actually saw from a lot of commenters, because I said, that's what I'm going to do when I start playing this game. I'm going to follow that. I'm just going to do the main mission, and then I'll do New Game Plus and get to it a little bit later. Well, a lot of you commented, said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You're going to miss so many of the great faction quests and other great quests that you really should do simultaneously to enjoy the game. So I listened to you, but it wasn't because of you. I just got distracted and started playing a lot of the side quests in Starfield and immediately abandoned my idea of just doing the whole main mission. I started out doing the main mission, and I was a few layers deep into it, and then suddenly I decided I want to go over and do this fun side quest, and holy smokes, I was off on a multi-level side quest that I think has like 29 steps into it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was in a deep cave environment with these weird alien creatures that were attacking. I was with space pirates attacking space pirates. I was with the Crimson Fleet and doing all sorts of amazing things. So if I have any advice to you at all, I would say that the people that said don't just do the main mission are absolutely right. You know, go ahead, get a few items of the main mission accomplished, take a few steps in the main mission, which is very easy to do from the missions level, missions page, right? But also enjoy these side quests as they present themselves, because boy, are they a ton of fun. And I really feel like the story has unfolded in a much better way for me than if I just stuck to the main mission. So that's number 9 on my list. Don't just do the main mission. Enjoy some of the side quests simultaneously. I think you'll have a lot more fun with this game. All right, number 8 on my list. Make saves all the time. Yes, this game has an autosave feature, but I must say, it is terribly infrequent, and if you're an 80s gamer or even a 90s gamer, I'm an 80s gamer, you know, you grow up making sure that you're always saving your game. You've got to save your game. There's too many horror stories that I have and that my friends have where we just didn't save our game and we lost so much progress. Or we had friends that came over to our house and inadvertently screwed up a save file or something like that. I find the autosave feature in Starfield to not be very good, actually. I mean, it kind of saves at inopportune moments. And there were times when I've done a side quest and I was about an hour or an hour and a half deep into a particular side quest when suddenly I died. And holy smokes, it took me back to the beginning an hour and 15 minutes earlier to the autosave. And I had to go through the entire thing again. And in Starfield, this requires a lot of going to see this person, talking to this person, then going back over here and talking to this person, then going back over here and talking to this person. So to get back again, I'm flying through those levels or that level again, and I'm just going click, 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 get through that dialogue, get through that dialogue, get through that dialogue. It's not like just having some fun shooting people again. A lot of it is, oh, I just have to get through the dialogue. So do yourself a favor and hard save on a regular basis after you've, every 15 minutes or every 10 minutes, or as you're making some good progress, just stop, go to the menu, hit that save option. It'll really save you from having to go back to the beginning of a mission and waste an hour and a half of gameplay right down the toilet. So save, save, save. Number 7 on my list is to get a lot of med packs. This is your key to staying healthy in this game. Get as many med packs as you can. Buy them when you get a chance to go to a different vendor. Buy as many med packs as you can. I almost think that food, at least for me, has been fairly worthless. You can go around and find chunks of food. You can find sandwiches. You can find all that kind of stuff. I found when I was in a pinch and I was devouring some of this food, it was giving me almost no hit points at all. Like I could eat a sandwich, I could eat an apple, I could eat lettuce, I could eat all of these different things, and I was really getting so few hit points that it wasn't even worth it. When instead I take a med pack and you get half of your hit points back in one med pack. 2 and you're pretty much fully restored, if I'm not mistaken. So 2 med packs give you a full energy bar. So I would just avoid wasting time on all the food. Unless you want to spend time cooking or going through that process and maybe making some bigger meals. But even those meals, in my experience, I found trays of food which, again, only give you a little bit more than just finding an apple or a pear or something like that. So get as many med packs as you possibly can. And of course, you can also then buy them from vendors, but you can find them all around. So I'm always looking out for med packs. Whether when I enter a ship or a new location, look for them behind doors, look for them in offices, and of course, be careful. If you're stealing it and you're in front of somebody else when you're grabbing it, you will be in trouble, and they will come after you, and they will seek a bounty on you, and they may even open fire on you. So make sure that if you're grabbing it, you're doing it surreptitiously. You're trying to hide a little bit when you're grabbing it. All right, next up, do not be overweight. Of course, that's a good lesson for all of us, right? Extra weight means we're slowed down. You can't get as much energy. You're slower. You can't boost as well. You run out of oxygen. You're always out of breath, basically, when you're overweight. And of course, being overweight means you're carrying too much stuff. And it's very easy in this game to just keep picking things up. And the real hefty weight problem, you'll notice in your inventory, you can see the mass of an object here, okay? Now look, ammunition has no mass at all, very, very minimal. If you've got, you've got like basic items, credits, things like that are going to have no mass at all. These are things that you don't even have to worry about. But when it comes to weapons and guns, helmets and suits, that's where you're going to pick up the bulk of your weight. And actually some of the minerals and things you might pick up along the way, resources. So you'll be able to see right in your inventory, are you overweight? If you are encumbered, it's going to really screw up the gameplay. This is a big one. And really understanding how not to be overweight and encumbered will make your Starfield experience 10 times better. Because when you're not encumbered, it'll allow you, number one, to just run without having to be out of breath and slow you down. You can see here, I'm running right now, I'm encumbered, and you can see how all my oxygen is dropping very quickly, and my CO2 is going up, and that's not a good combination because then my vision will get blurry, and then actually, if I keep going, it'll damage my health. It just makes, when you're shooting enemies and you're in a melee attack or when you're just, you're sniping and going after bad guys, you do not want to be overweight. It'll really ruin your combat experience. Also, when you're encumbered, you can't fast travel. There's fast travel when you're in your ship. You can travel to different locations very quickly, right? That's one thing. But there's also fast travel as you, a human being, wandering around the surface of a planet. If you need to get somewhere, you can fast travel only if you're unencumbered, only if you're not overweight. So let's say you've just received a new mission, but you're really far away from your ship, okay? You're, multiple layers deep inside of a starbase somewhere, and you just want to get back to your ship. Well, there's been plenty of times where I just couldn't get back to my ship until I walked all the way back. That's like 10 minutes of gameplay. You could be doing something else in that meantime. Instead, you're just wasting time walking all the way back to your ship. If you're unencumbered, you can fast travel back to your ship and then take off. It saves so much time. So a great way to be unencumbered is to unload all of your extra inventory into your ship's inventory, into your cargo hold. Every ship has a large cargo hold, and your ship can hold a ton of stuff. So my suggestion would be, as you find different items, unload it all into your inventory on your cargo hold in your ship. And then when you arrive at a trade authority station, that's where you can sell these items. Let me give you a big tip. This is really important. This is not really part of my list, but it's about your inventory and selling off items to a vendor. Okay, the menu can be a little confusing, and it's very easy to inadvertently buy something when you meant to sell it. Okay, I made this mistake with a vendor. So you go up to a desk, you talk to the guy, and you say, let's see what you have for sale, right? Unlike Red Dead Redemption or other games, right from the menu, it would say buy or sell. No, you're only buying things from this vendor. That's the only menu option when you start interacting with him. So you're thinking, well, wait a second, can't I sell something to him? You can, but you have to go one layer deep. So here's what it looks like. So the first level will be buying. Notice in the upper left-hand corner, it says vendor, and then you're buying something from this vendor. Then all you need to do is toggle either LB or RB on your Xbox controller and toggle right or left, and then you can go to selling. Now, make sure sell is highlighted in the upper left, otherwise you're going to be buying something. So from this menu now, anything you touch and click on, you're selling to the vendor. But here's your next tip, is that if you scroll one more time, you'll see your ship name. Okay, so you can sell from yourself, on your person, whatever you're carrying, which would make you encumbered or unencumbered. And then you can also sell from your ship as well, from the cargo hold. So this is a way for you to offload a ton of extra weight, a ton of extra crap, and make up a lot of credits, which is money in this game. All right, next up, make sure you level up your persuasion skill. Okay, as you continue to level up, every time you level up, you get a skill point, and then go into your skills menu and put that point to use. There was a couple of times where when I was first starting, when I would level up, I didn't realize I had these extra skill points. So I sat on them for a few levels and I accumulated like 3 or 4 skill points. I was like, oh, wait a second, I need to be deploying these points. This is ridiculous. So every time you level up, you get a skill point. My suggestion, because of the dialogue and the power of persuasion in this game, try to level up your persuasion skills pretty quickly. I think that's a really smart area to dump as many skill points as you can. It'll get you out of a lot of interesting scenarios, and it'll really help you persuade the NPCs that you're dealing with to give you what you want. Really, really powerful. All right, my next tip is on the map and travel system. Now, I was talking with a buddy of mine earlier today, and Grim, who does our graphics for our channel here, he's a great friend, and he does amazing work. He's been playing Starfield for a long time as well, and we were having a great discussion about things that we wish we would have known at the beginning, and this is his suggestion, and I couldn't agree more: the map and travel system. If you would spend time just really trying to figure out and understand the map and travel system, it's complicated, and it really can save you a lot of time if you learn it. Traveling between different solar systems, how to, right from the missions menu, right here when you're in the missions menu, click missions and then navigate down to the mission that you want to next tackle. Right from there, you can set a course right from the missions menu, okay? That'll save you all the time in the world trying to hunt and peck around the star system, taking you to this next spot. And in fact, I've heard some people get frustrated with the map and travel system. They stopped playing the game. If only they knew that right from the missions page, they could go to their next spot right there very easily, simply by setting the course right from the missions menu. But my suggestion would be to play around a little bit with the star map, because you'll notice the areas in white, if you see the line connecting these different planets, these different solar systems in white, those are areas that you can travel using the fuel on your ship and jumping to that next spot if you want to. Now, if you'll notice here, there's an area in red. This particular solar system has a red line between it. That means you're not getting there, okay? You have not thoroughly explored that next solar system. Think of it like a treasure map, right? You can't get over here until you've gone here. You gotta kind of connect the dots. You know, it's really like a connect the dots kind of a thing. And you can't just jump all the way over here to the red line until you've kind of thoroughly explored these other solar systems in between. And then it will allow you to fast travel once you've connected the dots between those systems. But white means you can go there, red means you haven't explored it, and it'll show up on your menu option as, you know, you can't get there yet. You don't have the fuel to get there, and you haven't explored that area in order to get to that spot. So don't even waste your time. And then what you'll want to do is just go to one of the white solar systems before then and kind of slowly make your way over. Now, what you'll find is as you're traveling and fast traveling to these different solar systems, that when you pop up, suddenly there might be some space pirates. So always be prepared when you're traveling to a new solar system. Who knows what's going to happen, but be prepared to be in a firefight as soon as you arrive out of gravity jump. All right, my next tip is to use the scanner. This is huge because you can really get a lot of experience points just by scanning planets, asteroids, or moons when you arrive in a new solar system. So all you need to do is need to be close enough to that particular planet. And you'll notice from that menu, just click the LB button on your Xbox controller. I don't know what it is on the PC, but and a scanning option will appear. So it'll say right on the left side of your screen, scan, press this to scan whatever object, and then it will show you the minerals and the makeup of that particular object. It's really great. And it'll level you up. It'll give you experience points by scanning. And this will allow you to add a bunch of extra experience points when you arrive in a new solar system, because you can start to scan all of the different planets. And every time you're scanning, you're learning about the planet, you're learning what minerals are there, and you're getting experience points. So don't just fast travel to a system and then hop to the next system. Stop for a few seconds, scan the planet, get some experience points, and then jump to the next planet or jump to your next location. All right, my next tip is to take some naps. Get a good night's sleep. This is very interesting. There's a lot of beds, there's a lot of cots, there's couches, there's different spots where you can lay down and take a nap in the game. So if you're in the middle of a firefight, I know it sounds kind of crazy, or if you've lost a lot of hit points and you're out of med packs, if you walk by and see a bed and you can lay down and you're not in the middle of a firefight and being attacked, yeah, then lay down and take a nap, and it'll ask you, do you want to lay down for an hour? Yes, an hour, and restore your hit points. Boom, you're fresh as new when you wake up. So take advantage of those beds and take a nap. And number one on my list, things that I wish that I knew early on playing Starfield, find as many digipicks as you can and try to get good at lock picking. This is a really cool mechanic in Starfield, and Bethesda's always been good at doing different lock-picking schemes or unlocking things. This is a really cool mechanic called using what's known as the digipick. And the digipick allows you to rotate different locking mechanisms to unlock different doors and chests and treasure chests, so to speak. And you're going to get all sorts of great weapons and all sorts of great upgrades if you learn how to pick locks. There's easy locks to pick, there's moderate locks to pick, and there's advanced, and there's even expert locks to pick in this game. Slow down and figure out, think 3 levels ahead on these locks. Okay, if you're rotating these different locking mechanisms, think, okay, this one looks like it could work on this first level, but maybe I should wait and hold this one until I'm a few layers deep in this locking mechanism. It's hard, it's not easy, but if you screw up and you have to go backwards, guess what? You're gonna lose a digipick. Make sure you don't waste them. But they're small, they're black, and they're on tables scattered all over the place. So if you see a digipick, always try to get them, put them in your arsenal. This is, to me, as valuable as med packs. Get digipicks and med packs for your lock picking skills, and really try to spend some time learning how to pick locks, because there's, again, a lot of upgrades, a lot of really great weapons, and things and information that you're going to need to get behind jail cell doors and things like that just by picking locks. So there you go, guys. Those are 9 things that I wish that I knew when I started playing Starfield at the beginning that really would have helped my journey. I hope this helps you, but please let me know in the comments below, what do you recommend? Are there some things that I didn't put on my list that you really think are vital to the early gameplay, maybe modding or crafting or shipbuilding or things like that? Because I got a lot of that in my head too, but I wanted to kind of keep it focused on these items. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below, and thank you guys so much for subscribing. I'm having a ton of fun here on the channel talking about games, and I really love all the feedback. You guys have been amazing. We'll see you next time, everyone.